Oh my god. I even check him. I freaking... Oh my god. I just threw away a Divine Orb Altar for minion, I think. Well, so hard not to do that.
Day 3.
Really? Really?
Day 4.
Divine Orbs? Are you serious? It's the 4th time I've seen a Divine Orb Altar, and I actually got it early, but it's a low number. It's not the high number. I've actually gotten really lucky with Divine Orb Altars. Really lucky. I like how there's an Exalted Orb there. God. Oh, no currency, dude. Hey guys, what's up? It's New. I'm here with a different farm today. I'm going to be doing one of my favorite things, which is target farming high tier currency. I've been doing 1,000 maps already, but we're going to take a little intermission on that to show you a farm that has been honestly taking the community by storm a bit. It is all about Wildwood fishing with Rogue Exiles. There's a few different videos out on this by other content creators. My own Discord community has been talking it up for a few weeks. I have been kind of exploring it behind the scenes, and I even started doing this farm recently, but I had to cancel it or redo it here. This is actually a major take two on a similar farm. This is something I've only done one other time before, and it's because I kind of messed up with the farm I was doing. The performance wasn't up to par. My own standards, performance-wise, wasn't good. It doesn't have anything to do with the loot that I was getting. I was just simply bricking maps, and I was bricking too many maps that it was actually pretty dramatically affecting the currency gain. Now, part of the reason that was happening is because I'm trying to run a tornado shot bow build on a very, very challenging strategy that I underestimated on the challenge because, you know, me and my big head thinks that, you know, it's not even a tier 17 farm. It's going to be easy. Surely I can handle it. No, even for tier 16s, these tier 16 maps I'm showing you today are harder than any other tier 17 in content I've done all league, including anything with rolling boxes or magic pack size stuff. It's not certainly not the hardest tier 17 strats in the game, but anyway, yeah, these maps get pretty crazy. Those of you who have done Rogue Exiles with similar Scarabs to this know that this can get pretty spicy, and a lot of you are running characters that can handle it a lot more easily than a bow build. So right off the top, I do not recommend doing this strat with the bow character. I can't honestly recommend it because it's really, really hard. But I'm changing a few things, 3 things basically. First of all, I'm slightly changing how I'm doing the maps as I approach them because I have a lot of practice with it now and gotten better at it naturally. Secondly, I'm changing the Scarabs slightly, which is going to make the strat a little easier. And thirdly, and most impactfully, I think, I'm tightening the regex for what I was going to use. So right now, for example, I'm not running Reduced Curse Effect, no Leech, extra damage from crits, avoid elemental ailments. Monsters cannot be have action speed reduced below base, and most of these maps don't have minus max res or elemental resistance on the monsters too, so getting quite restrictive on the regex. And you know what? That's okay, because tier 16 maps are a dime a dozen, and I just came out with a video on how to farm a freaking ton of these tier 16 maps using tier 17 maps to do on a separate farm. That's a separate YouTube video. So we're going to do this strat again. We're going to do it properly. Hopefully I can showcase you a representation of what this strat is capable of doing with a decent performance anyway. And so we got a ton of maps here and a lot of Scarabs. How many maps am I going to run? I actually don't know because I'm going to run 50 Wildwoods. It was originally going to be 100 Wildwoods, but you know, time is of the essence. I still got 1,000 Sanctuary maps I want to do with the Magic Pack Size farm. Bit of an intermission here. But anyway, here's the Atlas. All right, so this is a fairly conventional Rogue Exile farm. It could be for Scarabs. As you can see, this is kind of set up like it's a Scarab farm. And yeah, so, you know, I'm taking like significant troves over here. Still taking some of the more premium Scarab nodes, of course. Remarkable relics. Blocking some of the bad ones. Keeping harvest in play. Ultimatum, and then, you know, just trying to save points here. And the Rogue Exiles themselves, especially with the Titanic Scarab in play, will drop a decent number of Scarabs, even on tier 16. Although this is definitely a more suitable idea on a tier 17 with % more Scarab multipliers. However, on tier 16, it will still produce some currency. Another advantage tier 16 is that tier 17 maps will drop, and we also got rituals in play, which means omens will drop. And for this reason, I'm actually going to run every single map. Not in full, but I'm going to be doing the top floor of Glacier, which is, arguably the densest mapping content in the entire game. The top floor of Glacier. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just remember Sentinel League and what people were doing back then. They specifically chose Glacier for the amazing density that it has in a sort of, you know, wide open area, quick in and out. And that's how I'm going to be doing these maps. A little bit different than some people who might just be straight up skipping the maps. So yeah, Quant Wheel, increased effective modifiers map, trying to get Eldritch Altars. Oh yeah, a ton of those spawn in the maps too, in the front end of Glacier, which is pretty cool. And yeah, just getting, let's see, the Ritual. And the other sneaky thing in here is Delirium. So a lot of people are running the strat I'm showing you today with Delirious already on the maps, either through a Deli Orb or just dropped that way. Now, one of the advantages to not doing that, first of all, you can farm more maps more easily because you can use actual cartographer Scarabs. But another reason is we get the full max Delirium for most of the map. Well, for a lot of the map anyway. And that is going to be 50% more quantity and rarity from any monster spawned into the map. At least if those numbers hold true from in previous leagues, which we believe that is to be the case. It scales up, you know, every 20% Delirium is 10% quant and rarity. That is its own separate multiplier on top of everything other source. So that's going to be a huge deal for literally all drops. And I can force the Delimir to go quickly into the deepest Delirium portions with Descent of Madness. It only cost me, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 11 Atlas passive points. It's just 11 Atlas passive points, which I figured out a tree that would, I think, suffice to make that work. Of course, we're going to be putting Anarchy on the Keurig map device for that. But anyway, that is the Atlas. The maps are all 8 mod corrupted. And you could put quality on here. It would be nice, but that would make the maps effectively cost a lot more. I'm going to be valuing these maps at 10 chaos apiece. Believe it or not, there's still an active TFT 8 mod bulk market that is still going. People are selling and buying. I've even bought some of my maps in the past, not anymore. But I'm going to be valuing these each at 10 chaos apiece, and I could be selling the ones that off the regex, or actually in my case, I'm sending them to my mappers. Anyway, so yeah, 10 chaos apiece. Now, for the Scarabs, we've had some interesting fluctuations in Scarab values. I mentioned earlier in the video, this strat is uniquely good for Wildwood fishing, skipping maps, because the investment cost is so incredibly low per map that you can actually justify doing that. Now, like anyone else, I'm not a huge fan of just burning cash until you stop, but I can appreciate that strat if it does yield pretty good returns in the long run. However, I think it will be worth running the front end of the Glacier map, and I'll show you why here in a map showcase in just a moment. As for the Scarab cost, there was a time when each one of these Scarabs was 1 or 2 chaos max. You can run the Titanic Scarab of Legend. That is the one I've swapped out. I was running this one. Unique monsters in area have 2 additional monster modifiers. Limit of 2, by the way. This is apparently bugged or something. It actually only has a limit of 1. It will take 2 Scarab, but it will only give a total of 2 additional monster modifiers on Rogue Exiles anyway. Not sure why that is. But yeah, you can really only use a maximum of 1 legend. And then I was not running Anarchy. Well, this was a bit of an issue because Anarchy Scarab of Partnership is better than Anarchy Scarab even if you don't have an Anarchy Scarab at all. And the reason for that is the Rogue Exiles come in giant form 60% of the time. They split into 2. Okay? When they spawn initially on the map, they have a 50% chance to have a pair of Rogue Exile. It could be one giant, one not, or whatever. Each giant that dies will split into 2 smaller ones, which, yes, also have a chance to have a pair. Which means, theoretically, you can have up to, with this setup here, partnership and gigantification, you can have up to 10 Rogue Exiles from 1 Rogue Exile. That would be the case if it spawns giant with its pair that is also giant, and if those each break down into a total of 4 Rogue Exiles. That is how it's working. I've been running this strat for a while, so I do think partnership is good, but a lot of people like to run Anarchy instead of partnership with the Legend Scarab. So in my case, I was testing kind of Titanic versus Titanic Legend, and I figured out this one's actually a lot better. Now the monsters are a little tankier, but they're not more dangerous as far as like damage modifiers. Not gonna get a Rogue Exile with Soul Eater at least with this setup, which is one thing that's gonna make the strat easier. So this is what I'm going to be going for, and this is really nice to be able to pair up partnership with an Anarchy Scarab. Actually give me a decent number of Rogue Exiles. Of course, I might proc Ruckus, in which case I'll have 20, and in the event that I get the Holy Grail map, which would be a good Wildwood combined with Ruckus, it's going to be absolute crazy. Could have over 100 Rogue Exiles in one map, potentially, with a setup like this. Absolutely could happen. And that's because you can respawn them in the rituals, which is another reason why Glacier is chosen, because it tends to be it's a very small map, pretty compact. Yeah, the front room's kind of open, but a lot of times these giants will spawn on top of where the ritual is, and you can kill the giant, it breaks down, and then its minions will get full credit loot, instead of all being part of the ritual loot, which is like major diminished returns on drops. No, you actually get true loot from the broken down exiles through the giant exile, and you can keep respawning that through all the remaining rituals. And so, for example, if you get a giant exile or 2 in the first ritual, I mean, you're going to keep respawning them for every consecutive ritual, and you can it can get absolutely nuts, potentially. But it's very difficult to do that, and if you open a ritual, fail to kill the guy, or if you die, you lose that exile for the remaining rituals, which is something that was happening to me quite a bit, and one of the reasons why I wanted to restart this, because I think I have a better handle on it as of now. Okay, so that is the Scarab and map setup. Really fun chase strat, and it absolutely works totally fine by just skipping any and all maps that don't spawn the Wildwood. Wildwood spawn chance, I believe, is 8%, and Ruckus is also 8%, so if my math is correct, that's somewhere around a 0.3% chance to spawn both of those for that Holy Grail map, 0.6% chance, but that assumes that your Wildwood isn't trash, which it can be sometimes. So yeah, I estimate somewhere around 1 in 300 maps are basically an absolute dream map. So hopefully we'll see 1 or 2 of those in the highlights, but I don't know. Anyway, let's go over to the investment costs, which is going to be kind of a different format than usual. Basically, it's like this. I'm counting each map with 10 chaos. Chisels are nothing. Map rolls are nothing. Anarchy on the map device, that's 2 chaos. And then the Scarabs, or not actually this. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. Okay, 25C. So the Titanic Scarabs, 1. Anarchy's 1. Partnerships, 1. Maybe 2. But Gigantification is now about 11 chaos each. They were 1 or 2. But everybody's running this strat now at this point late in the league, because this is just fun, chase crazy stuff like this. Different strat, and it's very challenging. And does require something better than a bow build for most people. I mean, this is a multi-mirror tier tornado shot build that's very strong, but it can be a little sketchy. So, yeah. Be warned if you're trying to do this on a bow build. Alright, so I'm going to track the bases and uniques, and then we'll check the Sacred Orb rates with the locks, mirrors, and stuff. And yeah, just to remind people, I was doing this strat before. I had done 500 maps, and I got 35 Wildwoods. I was around 1.5 minutes per map on average, with partial clears and Wildwood. Wildwood map is going to take like 10 minutes to do. And I was around 12 divines per hour at the time, but I was missing a lot of key loot that was specific to what I was trying to target farm. Okay, so that's it. We're going to set things up. I think I'm doing less accuracy maps first. That's how I'm setting these up right now. This is kind of cool. So I have this something I, on a side note, highly recommend setting things up like this. If you get a ton of maps, you can get like all of them set up a certain way, and then you know, I got like all of my elemental reflect maps together and stuff, and I cut them off with a Val Orb, so I know that that's the time to switch the spec slightly. This is just very, very slight spec swap that I need to do. And actually for this, in this case, I'm doing it this way. I gotta remove some crit, unfortunately. But that's gonna get me my accuracy back, which is much more important. And here we go. Alright, so first I'm gonna do the very first map showcase. I'm gonna do the full skip, unless the Wildwood spawns, I guess. But anyway, yeah, this is, you know, decent map. Anarchy in. Everything's here. Put it in. And here's what a lot of people are doing, okay? They're just, they're opening the map and, oh, there's a sentinel. But they move out forward, just make sure there's no Wildwood, and they go back, and that's it. Oh, I should mention in this case, for something like this, it's probably good to, in my case, I'm going to do like 20 maps at a time. And okay, overlay is active. All right. And they go back in. I want you to actually like think about how much time this takes. It's relevant to what I want to show you next. Okay, we go back in, we go out. Okay, and this is about a 10-second thing. Okay, I burned 10 seconds to do that. All right, it's not no time at all. It's like 10 seconds. Now, what I want to do, because there's quite a bit of value to be gained by just simply going out and doing this, okay? Look at all these altar rewards. The altar rewards can be good. I already just got a tier 17 map, so I mean that's half a divine in value there. And all I'm doing is front full clearing the Glacier topside. Now this is a breach scarab, but I want you to imagine if I got a harvest or an ultimatum scarab, that would have been a huge value there. There's a rogue exile one, and that's it. I'm gonna cancel the delirium with 4 or 5 rewards, and I get a delirium reward, which is worth about a delirium orb, which is worth about 20 chaos, and that took me under a minute. Okay, that was under a minute. Now the tier 17 map isn't gonna happen all the time, but the delirium orb will happen more, probably on average. 1 delirium orb per map, almost. And so for just 1 minute, I get all of the currency back, basically, if the delirium orb drops. And then I have a chance to get a tier 17 map. I have a chance to get omens of amelioration or better omens than that. I got a chance to get, well, I mean, I'm still killing rogue exiles without wisp, is still going to drop a lot of stuff. I got a chance to get uniques from them, scarabs from them, high tier scarabs, mid tier scarabs are still going to drop, chaos orbs, uncorrupted Glacier maps, which I can just Val Orb for a chance to be a mod corrupted. I'm going to get Eldritch Altars out the wazoo. If I get a Divine Orb Altar, Exalt Orb Altar, Harvest, Ultimatum, or Divination cards as extra Divination cards, which will result in an Immortal card occasionally dropping, I'm going to full clear the map in that case. And so there's a lot of things that can happen at the front end of the map that I think makes it, even as somebody who can appreciate burning currency until you stop burning it for those jackpots just to get it faster, I still feel like it's not a bad idea to do that. Now here we got another map. There you go, a couple of good cartographer scarabs, and this is a lot of rogue exiles. I mean, you can see a couple of giants there breaking down into a whole bunch of 3 or 4 additional rogue exiles. You could see it right there, the partnership scarab kicking in. And I didn't drop anything insane from those exiles, but look, I mean, there's gonna, we do 1,000 of these maps like this, you're gonna see a Mage Blood eventually, for one thing. So that's also in play. But the only thing we haven't seen drop yet is an Omen, which does happen sometimes. But that gives you a pretty good idea, just in 2 maps, all right? And I got 6 rewards that time. Usually I get 5. Let's see if we get a Delirium Orb or 2. And we got 1. Okay. So there you go. That's what I'm doing. All right. So I'm just clearing it to that extent. It's going to be very fast. Map's done in basically a minute flat. I'm going to get some decent value out of it. I mean, we could just completely ignore the Wildwood for a second. You know this strat's making decent currency, right? Even just completely ignoring the Wildwood and doing this. It's because it's so fast. It's so unbelievably dense right here. I can't even... Just try this out in your own time. See how insanely thick Glacier is. Because the Eldritch Altars, I mean, over half the Eldritch Altars on a map have to fit in this front floor. Because this is the most big open area on the map. And so it's not even unusual to get like 4 or 5 Eldritch Altars out here in the middle of this open area every single time. There's a lot that could happen. But that's it. That's all I wanted to show you there. And, you know, we'll give you the highlights of the nice juicy stuff. We'll see some crazy Divine or Valdos stuff coming out of these Exiles. We'll hopefully see a lock, a mirror. We'll see some Sacred Orbs. We'll see a bunch of Exiles broken down in the rituals. I can show you that in highlights, hopefully. So you can get some sense of what this really feels like. You haven't seen me die yet, which is a little unusual. But, yeah, I mean, it happened a lot. You know, just dying. One interesting thing is the speed and, like, Headhunter ramp. So, even though I'm target farming uniques, look at my Headhunter buff count. I got 36. Now, that's a little bit rare to get that many. The Delirium Mirror spawns a lot of... if I'm not... Oh, my God. A tier 0 right there. That's pretty crazy to get the tier 0 already before the highlights. Yeah, and so kind of lost track of what I was saying, but anyway, whatever. Tier 0. Eye candy. Many of you probably don't even have this one, your loot filter, to see it. So that's 4 divines right there. And if you were skipping the maps, you would have never seen it. Now, I don't have to go back to my stash every time, but eventually... Oh, yeah, I forgot I got Containment Scarab and Pandemonium Scarab earlier, too. These are better than average drops for the first 4 maps. Just so you're aware. That is better than average. But, okay. Let's kick it off to the highlights. See some stuff that's even more crazy than this. What? A tincture? Okay. Okay, I don't think that's actually worth anything. Imagine getting like a mirror tier tincture randomly out of this. Alright, with something on like map, I don't know, 17 maybe? Which is about right by the numbers. Maybe a little late. Got a Wildwood spawn. I actually didn't mean to hit that Delirium mirror because now it's going to be down here. I'm not just going to highlight the Wildwood every time it spawns, just because, but I'm just going to do it one time first. Just sort of go over once again how I like to do these. The golden rule is follow the trail. I recommend Blink Arrow if you're going to do Wildwoods and take them seriously. Widescreen, something I also do, that turn it into window mode and then shrink it down, or you just be running an ultra-wide monitor already, and that makes no difference. This is very easy to find the start. I don't actually take all the juice immediately because I might find a converter and convert over to blue, but you don't want 100% of it is blue because that's not good, so yeah. In this case, I'm just going to follow the trails out. This could be a bad idea. This could even be a dead end down here, but usually, more often than not, a trail will lead you to a good place. I'm killing monsters and getting blue, which means blue is somewhere near here, but unknown. Unfortunately, I got another great yellow event with no sign of blue, and I might not even be able to reach the 3rd event. It's moments like these it pays to be really good at the game, and I don't know if that's the wall, so this is either west, south, or north and east. About the only thing I have to go off of is, without trying to waste a bunch of wisp power here, is wherever these trails lead out. This is suggesting me that I'm probably in north and east simply because this trail goes out west. Now this is where Blink Arrow comes in handy. Could be wrong. Unfortunately, I hit a big island, but I was right. Okay, that was set up that way, and this is actually pretty rare for me. But for a map that had blue, to get essentially no blue, I never once saw the blue trail, and I didn't get a refill wisp. I have the widescreen to see those on the side, and I'm just stuck here with really awful wisps. You definitely want at least... What you want is blue and at least one other color. Yellow's okay, purple is maybe a little better. 3 colors is the best. Them fairly evenly distributed is good. What you definitely don't want is something like this, with 5k yellow and 200 blue. That's basically worthless. Yellow is for quantity. I'll get extra quantity of loot. I'm not going to do the whole map. I'm basically just going to... Well, okay, I guess I will do the whole map. Technically, I have some blue, but we'll see. Not going to drop anything from this map, probably. When it was an actual league mechanic. The only reason people don't say that was one of the worst leagues of all time is because that's what introduced the pinnacle bosses. Major changes to the core game. Sephiroth. Oh. Candy. Eldritch Altar. Citadel map too. Look at that. Xandro Blood Drinker. I heard he's the hardest exile. He didn't seem very hard though. Not when you can freeze everything. Wow, 2 deli orbs. Money. What? That thing's kind of common. I didn't know that was so common. Omen of Connection. Well, there you go. There are better omens than this, too. There's Omen of Fortune as well. This is what I'm talking about. Why wouldn't you clear the front area? Holy. Divine Orb. Exalted Orb. Either it's Ruckus or there's like almost no Exiles left. That crazy wraparound almost wasn't good enough. Sacred Orb. Wow, it must be Ruckus map. Shit. With a hashtag looking. Is that the real trail? Where's the real one? Oh, purple's up here too. Trails are so thin. Oh, that's why. It's not a... It's eggs. 4 chaos from 1 egg. What? A divine orb from it. What in the world? Never not clicking the eggs again. Holy crap. So tilting. Oh, I duped an Exalted Orb again. Oh, a Divine Orb dupe. What the hell? Why can't I dash? Dude, I hate it when I spam flame dash. There's like 20 delirium effects about to land in one spot on my head, and I'm like, hey, I'll just flame dash out of it, no problem. This is very thick delirium. This is 100% deli at this point. Exalted Orb. 2 more rituals. I don't think I'll have time. Alright, this is the first ritual I'll click. This is 2 giants in here, I think. I'm actually not going to do the boss. I'm going to do all the rituals now. The reason I'm not doing the boss for now is because I know there can't be any ritual in there, and it's very important that I don't die during a ritual. Wait, what? Where's the other ritual at? Am I fucking crazy? Oh, they might be in the boss room. It's too risky anyway. It's too risky because the boss himself will kill me. This isn't good because I lost a bunch of headhunter buffs going around in frickin' circles there. Temporal bubbles are hugely beneficial up here. So the giants break down into smaller ones. The smaller ones actually drop their normal amount of loot, which is unusual. Mechanic. Usually rituals you don't get that kind of benefit. So I'll get like real loot from 2 Cassia. Well, I mean, I'm not wasting headhunter buffs on that. Okay. Delirium reward? What? Relic Kesh's impatience for I don't think I've ever seen a Deli reward quite like that. Imagine getting a mage blood through delirium reward. Oh my god. East event, which is weird. Basically just a purple blue map. The dark gift. Alright guys, here we go. Wait, let me check the map mods. Ooh, the monster's got speed. That's dangerous on the Rogue Exiles. Vulnerability, monster speed. Those are the only things that are bad here. That's not too bad. We've had much worse maps than that. These Rogue Exiles are going to be fast as fuck, though. A small one on top of the ritual there. Too bad it didn't spawn giants. Spawned 2 small ones. We got a giant. We got 1 giant on a ritual there. Okay. Actually not gonna grab it yet. Nothing here. There we go. There's gotta be some exiles down here somewhere. Ooh, the most dangerous exile for me. Almost got me there, but not quite. That... Oh my god, this is so fast. That might have been one on there, but I'll make that the second ritual I go to. Gonna do that. I'll get more value out of this. Such bad drops here. Alright, so I got... If I play my cards right, I get at least 4 more exiles starting here. Bad ritual. Okay, there's still one in the front room, but this might have had one. Because there was one that was like on the line. Right down here. No, okay. Where's the dark gift? Here it is. Alright, here we go. Buffs expire faster. I'm glad I looked at that. I should have checked the map mods. Buffs expire faster, so I can move. I should just try and actually, like, kill faster. Shit. There are exiles on top of a ritual big time there. Could be ruckus map. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna hit this. There's at least 2 giants on this. I'm on the clock anyway. And try to get more headhunter buffs. 3 giants were on that? I think 3 giants were on it. That was a really good altar, hardly any downside. I'm skipping Alva. It's not worth doing. It's not worth Divine Altar. Double puzzle box. That ritual, I don't think had anything in it. I'm gonna move forward. Oh my god. Is this ruckus? That guy might have been there. I'm gonna do this. Time's running out. Oh, this is dangerous. Too much delirium. Oh. Oof. 100% deli. 19 seconds. Looting time. Can't wait to see how many divines and boxes I got. You know what? It's interesting. I didn't notice any exalted orbs dropping. Oh, audience of the king. Nice. Second audience with the king. And they have 40 tribute to pay for. What? Why is it double audience with the king? What in the world? Oh, nameless ritual rewards. Oh, if it's this ritual? Because it's the nameless one. Oh. Oh. I didn't even know that. Does this happen again? Mage blood. Ha ha ha. Woo! Second tier 0. Oh. Got him. And 3 deli orbs. I'm almost more happy about that. Huh. Oh man, it's not any good. It's only 3 flask slot. Dang. Dang. Wait, I thought this was over 200 divines. It's gone down in value. It's only like 175. What the heck, dude? One cornucopia and 3 doubling. I'd say that was worth it. %30 spine bow. What is that? I'm level 86. I can't price check Aventors. I'm not even remotely familiar with that market now. I don't think they're worth much at all though these days. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Dude, Valdo's puzzle box. Harvest Scarab minion altar. Nice. Max roll even. 4.8%. Why am I not dropping them? Drop them, man. What the hell? 0 so far? Don't worry, I'll get some on the second floor. Don't scam me like this. These are the best, one of the best minion altars. There's one. Two. Three. One more. Supposed to be playing catch up from bad RNG yesterday, and now my RNG is even worse than it was yesterday. Oh. I finally complained enough that it spawned. So I wasn't complaining enough before. Wildwood. Well, it took me like 60 maps. Nice. Exactly what I've been afraid of. You know what's so stupid is I misclicked. I'm not counting that shit. Oh, I see. Okay, it goes this way. Oh, fuck. It was not the best route ever. Refill? Double refill? What the fuck? Double refill? In the blue event right here? Oh! I've seen 2 refills that close to each other. It's crazy. I just chased blue. We're gonna have a... This is gonna be a crazy map. And this might even get another blue event down here. Oh my god, is this actually another blue event over here? Oh my god, it is, isn't it? Oh, the sick blue event! Oh my god, it's a dream! There's a 10k, 5k, 5k blue purple. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be 6k, 6k. With Dark Gift. Oh, I'm probably gonna die instantly, but holy crap! You guys ready for this trophy map? This is what you all came here for. This is what all that patience, the payoff. Dark Gift, 200% player quant, 200% player rarity. On an absolute godly Wildwood. For being only 2 colors at least. 20 hours in the making. Alright. The map is easy. Actually easy. Vulnerability and elemental weakness, but easy otherwise. Can't get out of here. That looks like at least one giant in the ritual there. Swing back around. Oh no! I lost Dark Gift so fast. What from? Dude? God. Stupid. Okay, it's still a great one. Who needs Dark Gift anyway? I'm doing this one now. These 2 rituals. I must have missed Rogue Exile that was spun up north while I already cleared that area, but somehow I missed him, I guess. Wait, they didn't drop anything? That's weird. Scarab drops? He's looking a little meh. Little meh. The world is... That sounds like some dystopian shit. The world is starting soon. Wow. Fishing rod. Alright, welcome to the Wildwood show. Let's do this. Okay. Want altar early. There. This map feels dangerous. Whoa! What? Oh my god, a lock. A lock dropped. Oh shit. Yeah, core lock. It's a yellow over blue secret wisp combo. No purple. Huh? Yeah, finally. No kidding. Oh. I'm not even paying attention to these rituals, stupidly. I mean, it's gonna be a little while till the video drops. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to keep doing this for like 3 or 4 more days until it's totally done. Unless, well, no, probably not. Actually, I might be able to get this done tomorrow. Maybe. Oh my god, a second Essential Valclaw, 4th tier 0. What the heck? Why are all these tier 0s dropping? This is crazy. Value of Deli Orbs like crazy. Star off screen. Omen of Fortune. Fortune? That's the good one. Holy! That's the 6 div one. Whoa! That's for that 6/6 influenced tier 0 weapon. Marohi Urki. 20% quality shaper influence Marohi Urki. See how much that thing dusts for. God. Not a giant. Damn it. Dupe Divine, though. Pray we get giants on this one. No. Imagine a mirror dupe. I'm trying. What? 5 divine beauties? What? 5? 5? 5 and I can afford it. Fucking crap. What is ritual? Dude, I need to do ritual. Like, just spam ritual for real. What is going on? 5 divine beauties? I use like 5 House of Mirrors. What? Divine Orb? What? Actually saw it. Oh shit. Dang it, I already killed everything. It was Divine Orb, right? %4 chance to spawn Divine Orb. Drop a freaking Divine Orb, dude. Where is it at? Thank you. Give me that damn Divine Orb. Divine Orb. Where are they? I remember to hit it this time. Where are they? Oh my god. They're not dropping. Why are they dropping? Alright, I'm getting a few. Oh, there's a bunch of shrines up here. Dude, I'm so lucky. I spawned a bunch of shrines. Wait, why are there a bunch of shrines? Am I not putting Anarchy in? For some reason. Randomly, good time not to put Anarchy in. Holy. What the fuck? That was kind of crazy. Seriously? I need the converter. I need it. Wait, which way do I go? Just go straight through there. Nah, there's no way this isn't faster. There's gotta be something around here. Like a converter? Bruh. Bruh. Right before another good purple event. Oh, the dream. This is the best converter I've ever hit in my entire life. Not gonna lie. Actual, like, amazing converter timing. Oh my god. That's so sick. I can't believe I found it. Oh, dude, that's actually gonna be like my favorite highlight of the entire set. It's even bigger than the Hyena Core lock. The fact that it actually hit. There's tons of purple on the ground. I gotta grab some yellow. Outbound yellow. Up north, yeah. Well, that's not very good though. Hey. 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 So bad. What is that? An island right where the event should be? Ah, you know that event is nothing there. This is Ruckus. Yep. I should put a portal there. Need that ritual. Well, I can't put a portal there because I keep forgetting to put a portal down. Like an imbecile. This is really high stakes right now. $129% more life with faster monsters. And they steal charges? Less recovery is bad too. Yeah, that's a lot of bad stuff. Run inside and take shrines? No, closing Delirium's a mistake. I'm gonna try to move forward through the map one time. Feel like the only reason I didn't die there is because they were stunned by Delirium in the front. This is a fucking ruckus map, dude. Jesus. Damn. Fucking hate the fact that I bricked a ruckus map, man. That happened to spawn on a pretty one of the not so good maps of mine. That's insane, yeah. Yeah. That's the first time I bricked a map at all, though. Maybe it only had one. Next upgrade? It might be nothing. I'm trying to craft a quiver. Double corrupted rare quiver. Or get... Oh man, if a ritual had been back here, though. Holy Christ. That would have been amazing. Oh well. Yeah, anyway, I want a rare quiver, like... Kind of like a mirror tier quiver, but with chain on it. Not mirror tier, but similar rolls. Omen of connections again. That was sick. That's a trip down memory lane, ain't it? Can you believe I pulled that off without dying? I don't know if it did or not, but... This has the makings of a ruckus map with this many exiles at the very front. Anytime you see exiles like at the front where the ritual spawns, that's a... Or where the Wildwood is, that's a decent chance that it's a ruckus map. Can you not? Oh my god. Hey, I grabbed the item. I can't believe it. Very hard to grab that divine orb. I'll have you know. Wow. That was an easy 2 divines. It was variety content. How dare them. Variety content players plague our community. Ugh. Ugh. With their noobness, their lack of understanding, lack of appreciation for the best game of all time. They come into our domain. They start talking about how great the game is from the lowest resolution vantage point possible. Wow, this game's so cool. You can put gems in items that make skill. Insane. Check out my minion build. I got 7 minions that go around. They do damage and kill monsters for me. Can you believe that? Look how crisp that animation is. Look, and if they die, they respawn 2 seconds later. Amazing game. Amazing. Check out this rare one-handed wand I just dropped. It's an upgrade for my minion build. Whoa. Now I'm gonna take the gems in my other wand and put them in this one, and voila. Maybe do a little bit of crafting on it, make it even better than it was when it dropped. Check this out. I got this orb of augmentation. I'm going to add a modifier to it. Whoa. Now my minions do 34% additional cold damage. That's way more damage than I was doing. Okay. I'm done. I gotta get 3K yellow, man. Where's my 3K yellow? It's gotta be more yellow. It's gotta be. Instead I got more blue. Oh well, I don't see any. Let's check the map mod, see how bad this is. Thank God there's no resistance. Magic mods, monster damage is not good. Fizz reduction doesn't matter. Frenzy and power is fine for this. Less area doesn't matter. Okay, monster damage is the only thing they got, really, that matters. Frenzy charge could be bad, but they'll be dead first. Don't forget the buff. Yes, thank you. Buffs do not expire faster. I don't know if I can even get through here without dying once. Oh. 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 Wait, that's a free headhunter buff. Wait, there's still a guy alive? Still all kinds of guys alive. What the fuck? That's fine. That's just sap. I'm hitting this right now. So good. So good. Wait, how was there not one in there? Had to be. Oh my god. Whatever. None here either. Darn it, it's not Ruckus. Okay, that's actually a good ore to get on one of these maps. Dang, God. That guy. That guy. That drop off one guy? What? That, ritual might have. I'm surprised my 6 to 8 mirror tier build can even handle this. Stand in the circles is so bad. Done. How much time did I do that? And then the tink. Really? Really? About last second Divine Orb altar. Well, it's not all lost. At least there's still this floor which has no minions almost. It's these moments that get me. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I cleared the whole map. No, not the whole map. What? God, so much lag. Oh my god, move. Move. Stop standing there like an idiot. I wish that essence was the ritual, because that would have been insane. The mobs might be in that ritual though. I think they might be. Actually not gonna click it yet. Need more buffs. Ooh, temporal bubbles good. They're just not on rituals, are they? Yeah, where are my Eldritch altars? Like, what the heck, dude? How do I get no Eldritch altars? It's so disappointing to get a map like that and no Eldritch altars at all. Till the very end. Sacred energy, let's go. Big Wildwood. And probably a dangerous one too. Buffs expire faster though. Buffs expire faster, okay. I gotta kill fast. Which is fortunately pretty easy to do. A lot of exiles. A lot of not getting loot though. Did I get a ruckus map? There's still a guy over here. Sacred Orb. Oh my god, I think I got a ruckus map. He's already seen, like, yeah, oh yeah, this is ruckus. Wow. Ruckus, Sacred Energy, Wildwood. But the juice isn't that great. I mean... should make sure I get to the boss. It's too late. Wow. Game crash. Right here with this is giants on this ritual, dude. Come on. Get out of here. I'll never get to have a full sacred energy map and save my life. Get out of here, dude. That's so dumb. That is so dumb. Oh, this is gonna be brick now. Because I lost. I came in here to keep the deli mirror. Why would my why? What? My I'm looking at the damage being bad, and I look down, the tinctures aren't even on. I'm like clicking them constantly. Like constantly clicking them. Yeah, this is... why did it have to lag there in the first place? So bad. Ooh. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. That was huge amount of loot I didn't get. So. The only thing I can't deal with is ruckus and huge wildwoods. The only thing that I'm bricking against at this point. What's up with that? Divine orbs? Are you serious? It's the 4th time I've seen a divine orb altar, and I actually got it early, but it's a low number. It's not the high number. I've actually gotten really lucky with divine orb altars. Really lucky. I like how there's an exalted orb there. God. Oh, no currency, dude. Maybe I made up for bad loot with divine orb altars, guys. Imagine never even knowing that you could have had this because you just skipped all the maps otherwise. That's nuts. Only 2.8%. Crazy. Yeah, we'll go for it. For the transmute. Is that you transmute, or not transmute, but recombinate up a good base? This is something I wish I had started doing earlier. I think some people, this is one good way to make money flipping, actually. To take this item level 85 up to 86, and I succeeded. 86 plus. Now item level 94. It just needs to be 86. And now this is worth 9 divines. It was worth 1 divine at item level 85. Looking at trade. Now it's worth 9 divines. Pre-split. 3 divines split. 9 divines pre-split. Well, there was some pre-split. 9 divines. That was the lowest. So boom. Big value. Damn, a small one spawned on the ritual. There's an awful lot of exiles on the front. Oh, oh my god, I think this is Ruckus. Are you serious? This is for the redemption arc. Although, I'm not dropping much loot for some reason. I don't know if that's in range. It's close. Whoa! Oh, it's 100% Ruckus. Oh, nice. I got lucky and cut off one of the dangerous exiles there from the ritual. And saved the delirium mirror. That was the guy that killed me there. Oh my god. Dude, I should be getting tinks here. Come on. Let's get even more. Dude, honest to God, there might be like 9 giants in here. I'm not even kidding. God, I'll never survive that. What in the world? Oh my god. Stop dead in your tracks. Wow, I haven't seen one of those in a while. Eh, whatever. I guess. All right, it's done. It was 24 hours, apparently. 24 hours of farming. We did 778 maps to get 50 Wildwoods, the ratio of about 6.4%, which I firmly believe is a little bit unlucky. It looks like the real spawn rate might be 7%, although I would think it would be nice round number at 8%, like most mechanics are. Anyway, guys, here is the overlay. And Wealthy Exile is telling part of the story. I gotta liquidate stuff, but you can see 955 divines is a big number there as a breakdown. On the right, I think this farm produced some especially interesting results as far as the breakdown of all the loot. So this section, usually I kind of just go through really quick and fast, like there's nothing super important to say, but you know, I do want to reiterate all the different sources of loot that came in this farm, especially just not skipping the maps. That was one of the big drivers for me on this farm, and something that made it a little bit special on my end, as opposed to some of the other strategy guides out there. So I really did like Glacier. I really enjoyed doing that part of the farm. I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected, not skipping the maps fully. A huge currency number thanks to one Hinakora's Lock, which looks like that was supposed to drop based on the number of Sacred Orbs. Mage Blood is a little bit lucky. You get 4 tier 0s, but the fact that one of them was Mage Blood, a little bit lucky. I don't think it's too much out of the left field. It's 778 maps with Mass Rogue Exiles, half of maps anyway. I'm still going to count this. I feel like it's fair to count. And actually, I feel especially good about it because I wouldn't have dropped it if I was skipping maps. We got 133 Divines. Now, you would have noticed on the highlights, I had the Divine Orb Altar like crazy. I got very lucky on Divine Orb Altars. I missed it once, and I hit it 3 other times. 2 of the other times, it was towards the end. I didn't get that many. I think I got a total of 48 Divine Orbs. Something like that. I think it was 48 Divine Orbs in total, which is, you know, definitely a really big number for tier 16. Citadel map's 112, okay? So that was another thing we're farming. Now, it's unfortunate Glacier's map, tier 17 map is Citadel, so it's not that valuable, so maybe that would be a reason you wouldn't want to choose it. Here's another thing. I didn't even talk about this item, an audience with the king. I honestly was oblivious, didn't even realize, and it wasn't part of my reasoning to do this farm the way I did, but in so doing, half of Glacier, I got to see what rituals were spawning, because like 99% of the time, there would be at least one ritual on the front end floor of Glacier, and I could see the nameless ritual, and I learned through the audience, actually, the Twitch audience taught me about this fact, and I started looking for them pretty early on, and I got a total of 24 audiences with the king, and this is a guaranteed drop from inside the ritual or a reward that can be deferred if it needs to be, and you get 2 rounds each time. So that means I found the nameless ritual 12 times, and I did get it every single time through deferrals eventually. So something like a 1 in 50 spawn chance, I'm told, for this particular type of ritual. Seems like that makes sense. 31 extra divines I wouldn't have got. That had to spend very little extra time to do. It's not like I was like wasting time to do this. Horn Scarab of Awakening's pretty high on the list. Look at that. This is still a legitimate Scarab farm, and I guess because this Scarab is worth so much, 2.3 div, that's big. So that's 21 divines worth of Scarabs there. We'll liquidate that. The Fortunate card, I also forgot to mention this. I really wish I hadn't forgotten this, but we're doing tier 16. We can scry a map over if we want. Now, I could have scried, you know, the Apothecary card or whatever, but I felt like I just wanted to do something consistent. I put Mesa over there on Glacier. Doesn't really matter. You could scry Fortunate card. You could scry Divine Beauty, Sephiroth, Brother's Gift, Unknown Origin, whatever you want. It's going to be good. 16 divines worth of cards there. Ambush Scarab of Containments here. Of course, that one's going to be the represented fairly high. Harvest Scarabs of doubling. So, I mean, you can see Scarabs are playing a legit role here, and the 120 div worth of Scarabs there. 4 Reliquary keys seems kind of low. Chaos Orb count is low, actually, because I kept recycling Chaos Orbs back into the maps with the Keurig costing map device. I had to adjust a few things in the back end for that later. And then we get Delirium Orbs. Now, I got almost as many Delirium Orbs as I got maps ran. So that's an enormous number, and these are being undervalued a fair bit, especially the other ones, saying 13C each for fine Delirium Orbs. No, they're worth like 20C each. And they're all basically worth 20C each. And these are being registered at like 5C each. Total lie. I'm going to get a lot of extra value. This number, 955, is going to go up a lot. And in great part on account of me liquidating Delirium Orbs for their bulk value, which is way, way higher value than, for example, what these 165 Armor Smith Delirium Orbs are registered at. That's not even close to the real value. Glittering Scarabs going down. I'm happy to see that on a personal note. Omens are a big part of the loot too, I guess. Yeah, okay, I got 1 Omen of Fortune. That's a huge omen that gives you your tier 0 for dust for free. Okay, Omen of Connections, got a bunch of those. Ameliorations, and then Blanching would be the other one that showed up. There's some more Scarabs, Simulacrums. Yeah, I guess I got 37 Simulacrums. Not really worth that much anymore. 5 Divine Beauties came from inside a ritual, so, you know, we didn't really talk about this, but, you know, occasionally I'm going to look inside rituals. I might get some cool, nice, just random ritual reward. A stack of Divine Beauties was pretty nice. That was, again, very random. Sephiroths from Eldritch Altar Minion divination cards as extra basic currency rewards, I believe, so we had a lot of that, too. Glacier maps, okay, some of them. I actually dropped way more than that, but I recycled those as well. Then we got a few uniques. No real kick-ass major unique drops except for, well, the only one that's worth anything now, I guess, is Mage Blood. All right, and going back down all the way to the end, yeah, just kind of a bunch of random junk here in the end. So that's a lot of loot. Doing 778 half maps, 50 of them in full. I'm going to talk a little bit about, how I felt like the farm went at the end, but that's a preliminary look, and we're going to now liquidate stuff. But before we do, I'll just show you the dump tabs. I got a nice clean. So this is all the stuff, and you can see this is all very, very liquidable stuff. Oh yeah, our Einar Memory of Sacred Grove in there too. And yeah, there's that one. And then we got all the uniques. I put them all aside. I will be corrupting these as part of a gamble portion. These will be dust here. And then these are some extra high value bases, which is one other thing that is getting counted extra. This is the first time. I should have probably caught on to this sooner, but you can recombinate bases and shove their item level up higher. Okay, so that will dramatically increase the value of some bases, especially like the chests like Necrotic Armor. Perfectly rolled Ephemeral Edges, and I guess Frostblink Dragon Fang, maybe one Divine. So we'll look at more into that after I liquidate stuff, and I guess I'll just start with the usual Valdo's boxes. We had a lot of those. All right, guys, here it is. We're finished with the farm completely. Liquidating's done. Oh, I just got to gamble a few things. But here is the final numbers. You can see all the Divine Orbs piled in there, Chaos Orbs, and the notepad is out. So just to recap, 10 Chaos invested per map, 2 Chaos for the map device, 25C for the Scarabs, which might be different now, but at the time they started, that's what it was. Nothing for Deli Orbs. And we have some extra bonus loot here. The bases, a total of about 28 Divines. Uniques, which is primarily perfectly rolled Ephemeral Edges, would be 10 div. Recycled maps and Chaos. So what this is I was picking up clean Glacier maps all the time, and I was just like spamming Val Orbs on them to give myself, just quick and easy 8 mod corrupted maps occasionally. And I did that to roughly 10 Divines worth of Glacier maps, and an absolute metric ton of them. And so I essentially pulled those out from loot I was looting, which is why I've kind of refunded myself that amount. Somewhat similar is recycled Chaos. So what that is I was putting 20 maps in a row in my inventory, and I wasn't really depositing loot in the stash very often, and I pick up 1 or 2 or more Chaos Orb every map. So every time I put Anarchy in for the following map, it was eating up Chaos Orbs that I was actually dropping, and it's a little hard to know for sure, but I estimate somewhere around 3 Divines were eaten up that way, at least half of the Chaos Orbs. I'm probably underestimating that number a little bit. All right, so we did drop a Hinekor lock, so I didn't need to check that for normalized, but this is a Wisp-focused farm, so I do have a normalized mirror value. It's up now. Mirrors are even higher than they were before. And we can double check here. We got 7 Sacred Orbs, so this number here is based on the value of mirrors, and the 1 to 8 to 24 ratio mirror Hinekor Sacred Orb estimated, okay? All right, just like I've been doing previously in the 1,000 maps. So total investment for 778 maps would be 191 or 192 Divines, 37C per map. Gross is here, and that's plus these numbers there. 1,074 Divines, 882 net profit over 24 hours. Roughly 24 hours would put me somewhere at about a little over 1 Divine per map, which I guess that's about right, most of the time I didn't actually pull a full Divine out of the map, but with the Wildwood maps thrown in there, that's going to crank it up a bit. And then Divine per hour is 36. Okay, 36. Now that is with the Mage Blood and the lock. And I didn't check this, but just for fun, I guess let's subtract both of those, which isn't really fair, but just in case you want to get some sense, that would still be, if I got terribly unlucky and didn't get a single jackpot drop, that's still 21 Divines per hour, which I think is fairly impressive. Again, that's after liquidating. Again, this number jumped from like 895, I think, all the way up to 1,023. I knew it would jump a lot from those deli orbs in particular. Okay, and then the normalize rate, which is factoring in the mirror value, because, you know, I didn't drop a mirror, but I was on my way to dropping a mirror, and if I kept doing this indefinitely, of course I would have dropped some. Eventually would put me about a divine and a half per map, or almost 50 div per hour, which is, I mean, this number here is kind of similar to the magic pack size number that I'm looking at least if the glittering scarab stays cheaper for that farm. So I suppose this hit right about on the mark where I figured it would. And a lot of people were excited for this strategy and the numbers that it would get, and I think a lot of people were curious where it's really at in relation to some other farms. And we still got other things like tier 0 shrine boss farms. We got the blight wisp farm. So there's still some other wisp farms that I haven't tested, but at least, you know, the magic pack farm and this farm do seem to be somewhat similar, at least the way I did it. Now the question you might ask is, well, what happens if you do this farm and just totally skip the map? So it was almost 2 minutes per map for me. And again, I was spending about 50 seconds in a map, I guess, on average, if I wasn't doing, well, if I didn't full clear the map, which is most of the time, not Wildwood map. It would probably be about half of that time, counting, you know, average time spent in map, including the 50 Wildwood map, probably be around 1 minute per map if I was skipping all of them that didn't have Wildwood. It took me 778 map tries to get 50 Wildwoods. Yeah, it would probably be about a minute per map. So in half the time, would I have dropped half the loot? That's a big question. I would probably have a few more sacred orbs in less time anyway, or in the same amount of time spent, I would have more sacred orbs, but I'm not so sure that I would have come out ahead. You know, it's kind of, the question is, would I be better off just speed blasting through the maps, or should I go ahead and clear the front of Glacier? I'm not exactly sure, but it certainly at least smoothed over and made sure that there was no way I was going to lose currency on the farm, so long as I, you know, wasn't full-blown bricking all kinds of maps. And yeah, with that, I'm going to save a few comments about bricking maps for the very end on the final thoughts, but let's go to the gambling, which I'm going to need to check some stack decks. I think we'll start with that, actually. So I got, let's see, I got all these to corrupt, and then we got stack decks. Let's do those first. A lot of them in here. Mostly from Sentinels, I think. Stack decks have been really elusive to me. Good ones lately. Oh. Stack decks are just absolute terrible. I can't complain enough about how bad stack decks are. I swear to God, they're the worst, absolute worst way you could possibly try and make currency. Highly don't recommend stack decks. Utter garbage. I just need a I just need a like a ring of like 7 different complaints on loop. Just keep replaying them over and over and over again to the game until the game maxes out jackpots. Ah, never fails. All right, well, a few cards left. Ah. Okay, I guess I can stop complaining since I'm not putting any more cards. All right, that was pretty good. Let's see. Icy Brothers. Yeah, it's a 5 div card still. Well, I guess I came out ahead for once. That's it for stacked decks. Let's move on. Let's corrupt some stuff. Utterly hopeless. There's no way. I mean, there's just no way. There's no way I'm going to get anything out of this. Corrupting uniques. Whoever thought of it? Such a dumb idea. For gambling. You know, it's not going to happen. Can't possibly get anything. There's no way I'm going to get like corrupted blood immunity on an amulet or something. Or resolute technique on one of these ephemerals. Freaking pipe dream, man. No way I'm going to get reservation efficiency on a heat shiver, right? Alright, let's see. Melee hits have a chance to fortify. That's not worth anything. That's 2 socketed gems. I don't think it's anything. Resolute technique. Oh, great. 41% max energy shield. Man, burning damage. Wow. Max 1 all res. Huh, max 1 all res here he's higher. I mean, it's a really well rolled one, so I'm gonna keep it. Reduce damage taken from projectile hits. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. 4% chance to block? Maybe, even though all the other rolls are so bad. Increased effect of cold elemental elements. Nope. Curse effect. Curse effect. Nah, I don't care. Okay. That'll be it on that. Alright, guys. I tried to complain my way to victory. Now, let me give you the final thoughts of this farm. Okay, so that was kind of a wild ride. That was really tough. Probably the toughest, technically the toughest mapping farm I think I've ever done. And I feel like this 6 to 8 mirror tornado shot build that's very well built for what it's worth is not really up to the task of this strategy. And the problem is, I have an excellent ping, and I'm able to quickly get out of harm's way, and it's still extremely hard. And the delirium effects from even stunned and frozen rogue exiles, that's enough to kill me in some cases. The real problem arose whenever I had a ruckus map, which is ruckus is the rogue exile proccing 20 extra right here. And, you have almost an 8% chance to get a Wildwood, and then an 8% chance to proc this at the same time. So I think this happened 3 times in total in 778 maps. One time I got Sacred Energy. And by the will of God, I still couldn't finish that map from a game crash. I got most of the value out of that map. Another one, bricked really hard, really fast, but I didn't have that great of a Wildwood on there. But then there was one, I believe it was Wildwood number 46, was really disappointing. Bricked that one really hard, and it was a great Wildwood. It spawned ruckus. You got to see it in the highlights. That was pretty disheartening to see that. And I know that if I had a different type of character, that wouldn't have happened. Would have got to see all that loot. And that is the kind of map that has seriously like a reasonable chance of getting a mirror out of it. There are going to be a lot of giants locked up in rituals, very likely to be on a map like that, and I couldn't see that through fruition. So who knows what could have dropped. Probably would have ended up with maybe another lock or a few more sacred orbs, or certainly a lot more divine and Valdos. But I must say, all in all, really enjoyed the sort of pseudo skip. The maps was quite fun and enjoyable. It's been ages since I did Glacier. I think since Sentinel League. So this is a trip down memory lane, and I like, doing a farm that I've done in ages, something a little bit different, something that's still attuned to like blasting and juicing, and that certainly was extraordinarily dense map, the top 4 Glacier. So it's a lot of fun to just mow it, just like mowing the grass with a freaking super soaker. So just grab through all of that, and it's just gone. It's dead. And you grab a couple, maps, tier 17 maps. You grab a few delirium orbs. Picking this up in the middle. There was a change to the Atlas. This was actually a terrific pickup, and I would have gotten a delirium orb per map if I had started with this. I went like 200 maps in before I switched this in, and I believe I just dropped these 3 nodes and 1 here to pick that up. So that's gonna be a change in the Atlas. A really good addition. I also dropped Rogue Trader. I can't remember if I had that in before, but yeah, probably not a good idea since it just made the maps harder. But anyway, Wildwood or not, I loved the style of this farm, and my character was really well built for that level of difficulty. But when it came to the Wildwoods, it was really stressful, and I did manage to clear most of the maps. I didn't semi-brick the rituals too bad. Lucky or unlucky on getting giants in there. handle it. You know, I was able to clear the maps and with pretty good value. I didn't have to like skip Eldritch Altars almost in. I don't actually remember a single time when I deliberately skipped a good Eldritch Altar because I was too scared of the downside or something like that. I don't think I did that. But at any rate, yeah, I did not get all the value that I would have got, and it's pretty rare that I would say that because I, you know, kind of pride myself from a branding perspective to bring you guys the data on a good set, a good farm, like a representation of what can be done on a farm if it's done really well. That is kind of the goal of any one individual. It's kind of the unspoken goal, and it was just a little too hard. I think this farm, just a little bit too hard for me to really be able to say that confidently. That's what's going on. Unlike the 1000 Sanctuary maps with the Magic Pack Size Farm, that one's going well. Virtually never bricking any part of that. And over the course of 1,000 map, maybe I brick like one map or something, like a fluke, but that one's going to hold true. It's going to be fine. So do keep that in mind. You could actually expect better results than what I had. Now, I have had some people in the chat talking about different varieties of this farm. It sounds like most people are just full-blown skipping, and I think that's fine. I think you would do perfectly fine just totally skipping the map, Glacier or whatever. You could do this on Jungle Valley. Some people are doing it on like Toxic Sewer. Apparently that's a popular one. Not sure about other Toxic Sewer because of the rituals being containing Rogue Exiles more easily and the boss being easier. But yeah, just let us know if you're still farming and if you're doing a strat like this. It definitely is becoming uniquely popular very late in the league, and it does require one heck of a good character, a well-built character on a pretty high budget, even if you are using a class that's particularly well built for this, like CI Trickster or I don't know, Zenith or whatever. Some of the more popular in-game builds are. So that's all I'm going to say on it. I know it was a really long video. It's tons of highlights, but this was a very special farm, very unique farm, specific to this league, as the Affliction mechanic has come back, and we got to test out all kinds of, you know, some of the newer Scarabs that we've seen recently, which I didn't do Legend, but you can try that one too. Testing a lot of these new Scarabs with the return of Affliction League's kind of brand new content, really. And it's a very, very high level, very aspirational content, and I love it. I love the fact that it exists, and it's something we can aspire to do, and it can potentially be one of the very best farms out there in the super end game. Certainly a great farm for chasing that mirror and that lock, and probably is technically the best way to get a mirror to drop as fast as possible by just slamming out maps, skipping all of them unless the Wildwood spawns, doing something like this where it's super cheap, getting like thousands of 8-mod corrupted maps ready and just spinning the wheel constantly over and over and over. It probably is actually the fastest way. And it's pretty cheap too, considering how cheap these Scarabs are. But keep in mind, they might go up in value. This one especially. Alright, so that's it for the video. That was a long farm, 24 hours. Not in one day, definitely. But yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to be returning to the 1,000 maps. Now, hopefully we can get it done. We do have PoE2 BETA coming out, I guess, in what, like 3 weeks or something? But, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try to do what I can. I want to get back to that farm. It was fun taking this time out to do this. I enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later in another video.